I've been playing Guild Wars 2 for a little while now, and one thing that I've been really excited to talk about, but wanted to wait until I could do the Octovine event, because I know that's the one that people talk about a lot, is the world bosses. And I've got a lot of footage from a handful of different world bosses here. And what I like so much about these world bosses is that in most MMOs, your world boss is just a big event. And technically, that's what's happening in Guild Wars 2 as well. However, they're all so different from each other. In most MMOs, a world boss is just, again, that big version of a regular event. Here's a big monster that you have to fight, and you get a bunch of people together to do it, and they're all fighting it all at the same time, and all doing a bunch of damage, and it's cool. It's very cool, but that's all it really is. Whereas, if I'm doing Tequaddle, then I'm having to defend the cannons and fight off the waves of the Risen so that the cannon can shoot Tequaddle so that we can weaken him so that we can get in. If I'm doing Octovine, then I'm having to run in from these different areas, these 4 different sections of the map, to take out the Octovine in the same time period, or it'll regenerate. If I'm doing the Worm, then all the worms have to be taken out at the same time or they'll regenerate, which requires so much more teamwork. There are people in a bunch of different places on the map, and the setup for these events is a bunch of different places on the map, as compared to in most MMOs where it's just do these specific events in a row, this chain. And technically it is still a chain, right? But it all comes together to form these gigantic boss fights that have so much more going on with them. There are a couple that are just, hey, here's a big enemy, right? And those are still fun, just as they are in any MMO. But where it really shines for me is in the, hey, we have to do these specific things at these specific times, much like a raid, but we're not doing it with a pre-gathered group. We're doing it with a bunch of random people on the map, and that can go wrong really quickly. But I found in Guild Wars 2, at least, most people seem really supportive of like, hey, you're doing fine. Don't worry about it. You made a mistake here, but that's okay. We're going to make up for it. We're going to bring it in together. 1 or 2 people make a mistake. It does not mess up the entire event. And everybody else, for the most part, is working together. You can just jump in. People will invite you to squads to be able to run with them. You can just jump in and do these world events. And as a new player, it feels really good, especially as one that's kind of nervous about getting into raids. It feels really good to be able to see just, hey, come on in and help us with this. You're in the area and this event's going on, well, come on in and help us. It may seem like there's a lot going on, and there is, but you're not held back by it. Just come on in and play. We're having a good time over here. And to me, that's something really special. And I know this is just a really short video. Obviously, I'll have a lot more to say as I get further into the game on these, but I just wanted to give a little Guild Wars 2 short on how cool the world bosses are in Guild Wars 2, because, yeah, these things rule. Let me know your thoughts on world bosses. Which one's your favorite? Which one should I be excited to get to in Guild Wars 2? And until next time, I've been Trey. This has been the Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that Guild Wars 2 has to offer.